Isn't it curious how a child can stare at the stars and see infinity, while an adult can stare at their problems and only see walls? Because when you zoom out, when you chunk all the way up, you realize every problem is just a dot in a much larger constellation. And the moment you connect those dots, what once felt like a prison cell suddenly becomes a map to freedom. Think of your life like a chessboard. Most people, they're so hypnotized by one piece, one move, one trap. They forget the game itself is bigger, grander, more fluid. But when you see the board as whole, you stop playing checkers with your fears and start playing master level chess with your destiny. And notice how the unconscious already knows. If you keep splitting yourself, choosing one polarity, killing off the other, you end up half alive. Imagine yourself 5 years from now, still locked into those double binds. The face in the mirror looks older, heavier with regret. Every unmade choice sits on your shoulders like a ghost whispering, what if? That's one future. Now imagine the opposite. You've trained yourself to integrate every polarity. Conflict becomes fuel. Paradox becomes play. Every challenge life throws is another doorway you walk through. Your spine straight, eyes alive, voice resonant with clarity. That's another future. And your unconscious can already decide which version feels inevitable, can't it? And as you notice the difference, you may already begin to let go of fragmentation and embrace coherence. Because it feels good to unify what was split. And you can already start to install this identity of someone who dances with paradox instead of fighting it. And even if you pretend not to know it consciously, some part of you is already rehearsing this new way of being. Remember the story of the blacksmith. He takes iron, rigid, stubborn, and exposes it to fire, hammering it until it bends. Then he plunges it into water, freezing it hard again. Fire and water, heat and cold, expansion and contraction. And only through that polarity does a sword become unbreakable. Or think of the surfer. If he fights the wave, he drowns. If he surrenders completely, he sinks. But if he integrates strength in his body, surrender in his balance, he rides the wave like a god. Or the oak tree. Its branches reach to the heavens, while its roots dive into the underworld, both directions at once. If it refused one side, it would topple. With both, it becomes eternal. And having you always, in your own way, been a blacksmith, a surfer, a tree, without even noticing. Neurologically, every double bind is a short circuit. The prefrontal cortex spins, the amygdala screams, cortisol floods. That's why you feel stuck, drained, fucked. But the moment you integrate opposites, brainwaves synchronize, hemispheres cooperate, heart rate variability aligns, your biology literally clicks into coherence. Science calls it neuroplasticity. Spirituality calls it karma clearing. Same thing. Because the karma of refusing integration is fragmentation. The karma of integration is evolution. So let's play with time. Step into that future where you never integrated. Notice the weight, the dull ache of half-lived potential. Feel how fucking depressing that shit gets. Now snap. Step into the future where you've integrated every paradox. Feel the electricity running through your veins. Notice how people look at you differently, like you carry some gravitational field of wisdom and power. Feel the laughter, the freedom, the sheer fun of knowing no double bind can ever trap you again. Because when paradox shows up, you smirk. You know it's not a trap. It's a training. You integrate, you evolve, you thrive. So from now on, every time you feel a contradiction, a damned if I do, damned if I don't, let your unconscious grin and whisper, perfect, another polarity to integrate, another sword to forge, another wave to ride. And whether your unconscious mind remembers these words or forgets them completely, your unconscious already knows how to live them. Because you've been breathing in and out since the day you were born. And if you can integrate, inhale and exhale without confusion, you can integrate anything. And when you do, life stops being a double bind. It becomes a double blessing.